I'm honestly like a big, unreasonably big fan of the yellow water with a blue jellyfish. I might just keep it that way. I put it that way for April Fools, but I was looking at it today. I was turning the filter on and off, and I was like, I don't know, man. There's something to it. It's kind of fun, isn't it? I think, actually, wait. If I can figure it out, some way to make that filter scroll, so it's sort of like a psychedelic style, like the color keeps shifting, that would be the ticket. I gotta figure out if there is a way to do that. Probably some kind of plugin to make it happen. Anyway, hello. Let me begin by saying quick apology for apology, huh? No, sorry. Quick apology for I stopped this case when I was inching on the end of the case, but I had slept so little that day and the wind was coming completely out of my sails. So we are going to finish up case 2 today, which hopefully doesn't take too long. I feel like we're almost there. We're gonna start case 3, and the hope is we finish case 3. If I gotta take a break, step out of the house, grab some coffee at the Starbucks next door, and then freaking come back in and knuckle down and do case 3, that's exactly what is happening. Because, I mean, I've got nothing going on tomorrow. Really. I gotta stop by the lab at some point, but that's, again, at some point. So I think we're just gonna freaking go for it. Last we left this off, that lady that ran away from the ballet, yeah, that lady that ran away from the ballet was being a real poop about whatever her pet is, and then she went away, I think, to talk to some crew member. Yeah, some kind of crew member. The guy that was here with like the striped face. She went away while under her disguise to talk to someone. And I'm pretty sure Herlock Sholmes over here got involved and let the beast loose. And now we've got to talk to the man who, I gotta say, he's kind of been growing on me. Despite what I said at first, he's kind of been growing on me. He's kind of a charming man, okay? He's kind of a charming man. Are you some guy in my main Biff Stroganoff? Is his first name Biff? B-I-F? It's fucking Biff Stroganoff. I forgot his first name's Biff. Why do we still have this guy in our court record if we already know it's Nikolina Pavlova? Also, how are you? How's life going? Seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself. He's singing the little Cornifer song. That shit is on loop in my brain. If I'm not listening to something, that's what I hear. La la la, lira lira lay. I did it the great detective way. Damn, I kind of got pipes. True or false? I got pipes. Maybe don't answer that. He's still singing. I don't think he has noticed us. For all his powers of observation, I don't think he has noticed us. Oh my god, is this supposed to be I Did It My Way? Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when the yard bit off more than it could chew. I think it might be, yeah. And through it all, when there was doubt, it's lucky Herlock was about. It kind of has some Sinatra vibes, doesn't it? It's still going, so. I solved it all, and it stood tall. I did it the great detective way. For what is a man What has he got? If not his case, why I oughta? Oh my fucking god! Wait, I actually love it. I actually love him. I can't believe I didn't like this guy. What the fuck is wrong with me? What is it? You wanna fight? Huh? Huh? Oh my fucking god, I love him so much. Honestly, interrupting a fellow when he's singing. I was just about to reach the climactic finish. I forgot I gave him a British accent, or my best approximation of one. He makes a horrible first impression, but he climbs back out of it. He climbs back out of it. Thought you were never gonna stop, so I figured now's a good time as any. Very nearly drop you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks. Can you put him away? Especially because it's kind of like mo-capped, and it does look a little awkward, I will say. This is mo-capped, right? A lot of this game. I mean, this is clearly not, but that little, it just looked so sort of awkward that it can only be mo-capped. Seem to be examining something before we interrupted you. The manifest, right? Or the ship log. Yeah. As penned by the stockily built crewman who's usually on guard here. The ship's log. Yeah, did you find out anything useful? Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank. Nothing of note happened. Ah, no. Something. Truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've truly been blended by it. Damn, get him. Your logic, my boy, is inverted. Observe the other pages, and all shall become clear. The same crewman off stands sentry in this first-class passageway. He has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour. Which means he wasn't around, or there was something to report that he very particularly didn't want to. No. That can't be it. Because if he wanted to actively hide something, he would just say nothing to report. So he wasn't around after 2. Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet, ship's log from last night is largely blank. Didn't even write nothing to report. There were circumstances afoot last night which led to the seaman being absent from his post. It must have been her coming aboard, right? Because she said she descended from above like an angel. Is he involved with helping her escape somehow? He only keeps getting better. I am so excited about that. So significant, it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scrubbing nothing to report in the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. The court record. Is he gonna be next to me in court? Because I kind of want there, is my hope. I need to shift a little something. Actually, I'm just gonna shift my camera. Why do I gotta adjust to this tiny piece of... Okay. I'm hoping there is a bit of a balance where Horlock Sholmes shines out in the field, but then Ryunosuke shines in the courtroom. And it isn't, you know, me being in the courtroom and being all like, and like sweaty, like I have no fucking clue what I'm doing, and Herlock's like, elementary, my dear boy, and then explains it to you. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope it is like Ryunosuke takes control in the courtroom. You're starting to understand what my way is, I see. It's what makes Sholmes brilliant. Okay, nice. Oh, ouch. You've got a headache, which I also do. from last night. Don't worry yourself. Seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason. Nothing more. Why is everything so fucking sexual on this ship? A throbbing head this morning? Yeah, man. That happens. Well, my friends, until our next encounter. Boom. Not enough strong enough. I know. If you do a solid regiment of stroganoff in the evening, you will not have a throbbing head in the morning. Something wrong, Susato-san? I put a little bit of stank on the Japanese names. I don't know why. I feel it's because I feel like if like knowing how it is meant to be pronounced, and not even just go exclamation point, add quote, and then the thing after that. Callie, please. Oh my god, you have the reversed. We need new content. This is new content, motherfucker. It's new content every damn day. I'm not replaying any games. You have like the reversed capitalization on your name. Wait, oh my god. Are you able to change that? Or, because I know changing, no, I think it's changing usernames you can only do every 6 months. But changing the capitalization you can probably do whenever you want, right? Plus, we have Sherlock Holmes. I mean, Herlock Sholmes here. Now it's staying forever because it's funny. You know? That's kind of how I feel about this. All projectiles can be guided after they're fired. I made the jellyfish yellow and blue for April Fools, but I kind of dig it. It might just stay. Sort of continuous throbbing. Everyone's been having a headache, huh? There was something in the air, some kind of a gas. Should I move? What was the situation here? She forgets. Okay, so maybe we go here. Oh, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. That's the alarm outside, I bet. Need funny Isaac moments again. I'm having a funny Isaac moments. I'm just having them in the privacy of my own home. Vessel sighted a quarter-mile 4. Oh shit, we're getting like boarded. All hands brace for impact. We're getting torpedoed? What the fuck? We're about to crash into another ship. A quarter-mile out? There's room for room for maneuvers a quarter-mile out. This brrring is really getting into my brain. Oh, I can't stand. And the books in the bookshelf are gonna topple now. Where's my TV on the DVD screen? It's like Subway Surfers. It's stimulation for your little brain. I think I'm fine. But the books are gonna be toppled over. Thank you. Ship has come to a stop. You hurt? No, I'm not hurt. Anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's gotta be my man Hasanaga. Make a redeem the change bits on the TV. Yeah, when I become affiliate. Oh, when I become affiliate. Fuck, man. I could be making as much as $3 a year right now, and instead I am not. The bolt is closed because the ship shifted, it listed, and it... So it wasn't a locked room murder. Holy shit. The door's bolted. No. Dun, dun, dun. Everything is shifted. Why did I say that? Kind of like everything is awesome from the Lego movie. Everything is shifted. Everything is skewed. When you're out on the sea. Okay, I kind of make it work. Hang on. Let's go open the door. Tidy this place up. While the guy's waiting outside. Emergency stop. It solved one mystery. What awaited us on the other side of the cabin would not be pleasant. Inspector Hasanaga, who has been beat up. My poor man. Another to be continued. This case is a little longer than I thought it was going to be. Yes. I really like the music. And honestly, I feel like this game, if nothing else, it has a very strong aesthetic, very strong like direction to it that I'm really enjoying. Bang, 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 bang. Miss Pavlova's. Yeah, the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop because the boat went like, and then everything went like, and it shifted that way. Gently slid back the bolt, and the whole ship was there to murder us. Oh, she's not in her disguise anymore. You, what are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? Dude, I have the accent, I have the Russian accent back from 2 days ago. We are unhurt. He is still so fucking why does it feel like oddly, I'm feeling oddly maternal towards this guy. We're fine. What happened? Heard something about we were going to collide with another ship. It appears to have been a false report. Someone pulls the thing and then oh, there's a dense fog. This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. I see. Everything is chaos. Passengers are screaming. Crew are running everywhere. Dude, I have a Russian accent. Holy shit, I didn't know I had a Russian accent. First class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Someone pressed that button outside. Well, maybe not the one directly outside. I'm assuming there's alarms elsewhere. You wicked intruder? Dressed in all black. You are the devil. Me? I'm dressed in all black. Yes. Am I the devil? Oh, because the pet is gone. I didn't open it. It was like that when I came here, but I'm not sure I can convince you of that. It was already open when we came into your cabin. She's gonna be like, killed him. Arrest this man. I know he did it. Yep. He is a criminal. Is it not enough that he has killed a man? And he is stowaway as well. A vixen promises not to steal chicken, do you believe? I am a stowaway, that is true. He's a trespasser as well as everything else. Inspector. No. Inspector Stroganoff his biff. By the way, the ad quote, it's literally just ad quote. And then, yeah, the quote after it. Going away, trespassing, killing. She is right. You are the devil. There is cell below deck. Throw him in. I'm going right to jail. And we give you straight to police. This man, no. This man, he could go in there and get beat up again. But I don't think that's gonna achieve much for us. Yeah, after my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think about the options. Yeah, dude, he took a good beating for us. Find a solution. Examine. To keep calm, which is investigating. I'm not investigating. Dude, she threw me upside down. The hurl. What do you think you're doing? I'm just inspecting. I'm just looking. Isn't there anyone? Herlock? Every time you see this man, he is just fucking crazy poses. What are you doing up there? He's got the tiara on. Mr. Sholmes? He pissed on me again. Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. Have I not told you that, as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no. This is so mo-capped. Why are you hanging from that hook before? Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce. He is honestly just... I am convinced he is just being a little troll. He's just having fun with it, and I respect it. Inspector, I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Yeah, might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall. What is the report? Speak. Urgent report? From a great detective could mean but one thing. Yes. Case of the curious murder that took place last night here on this vessel, the steamship Buria, has been solved by me, naturally. Wait, are we gonna do the little dance again? Because I'm so into that. Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. The thing is, it has to be someone we know. It has to be someone here that did it. Or, you know, it could have been an accidental death. It's certainly not him because he's dead. It's certainly not her or you. Or you. I'm gonna go ahead and say Hosonaga, right? Right? It's not you because you don't exist because you're her. It could be you or you. And Biff. It could be Biff. It could be Biff Stroganoff. No other explanations exist, so allow me to eliminate all your minds. For I'm about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Can Stroganoff kill a man? I know it can make him blind, for sure. I don't know about killing. Ah, you have solved it. Even Hedgehog understands this case. We all knew who was responsible for killing student boy this morning when we found criminal in wardrobe. It is this stowaway. He has handcuffs to prove it. The handcuffs to prove it. That's tautology, my man. You can't slap handcuffs on me for killing a man and then say my handcuffs are proof I killed a man. Trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim because the room was locked. Nuh-uh. Means the culprit must be someone who was inside the cabin. Nuh-uh. It is not a locked room mystery. The room was locked. It was locked. But this one also was locked. Just now. You were all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all. Oh yes, there's another entrance, the vent. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door. Why, it gapes open mouth at you even as we speak. The ventilator, man. You think this is funny? I cannot even put my arm through that hole. Because it's not... Because it was the pet, which I'm gonna guess is a snake. But... He didn't die of poisoning. He died of broken neck. It's not possible. But it is. Last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator. A speckled band. Faint whistling sound. 135. Some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Precisely, my dear madam. What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. He's shadowboxing. He's fighting his demons. There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I'm about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Where did the tiara go? He was wearing it. Behold! See, the way he's got stripes around his head. They match the snake. They match the snake. So I'm thinking this guy is well acquainted with this snake. Allow me to introduce you all to the band. The Speckled Band. Indubitably. Mr. Sholmes, one thing. That snake isn't really speckled, is it? Looks more stripy. Wouldn't you say? Okay, I'm banning you for spoilers. I'm banning you for spoilers. What the fuck? What the fuck? In this case, you'd have to call it a striped band. The striped band, wouldn't you? You both see and observe with distinction, however. Do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall? I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Exactly, Stroganoff, his biff. That's exactly what I said. You get me. You get me. Crisp handshake for you. I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death is nothing to do with me. Whole thing is nothing to do with me. I bet it is. There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one, last night your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. And number two, that same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life. The friend being the snake. Stroganoff is very much involved, so yeah, he can't, but that's fine. I would advise as little movement as possible, seaman. You didn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. So everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. My favorite bit. Oh my god, I love this now. This game is fucking incredible. Moments ago, you claimed the following. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive... How is the music, by the way? Should I bump it up a little, or is it good? Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. I'm looking forward to the dancing together. That's so good. So, we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that pretentious night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see. Nope. it's Biff Stroganoff. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. Victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band, whereas regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. The camera work is sublime, man. It's so fun, so dynamic. What explanation can we then give? Pray, what was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? This has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying, but failing to conceal, can only be the snake's sloughed skin. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours had its original skin, no? A speckled snake would not become a striped snake, though. Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended to the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin. Snake so dreadful, we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. I don't know about that. How Mr. Asogi died, part 2. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Now, if we take that as fact, is it a constrictor snake, maybe? We can reasonably imagine there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause. I think this is what we're talking about when we're talking about evidence. Oh, you can't see it. Hang on. The little leftover bit of stuff over there. The almost, but not quite, imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend. There is no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? Now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention your case moved periodically. The serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friend. Train? Yeah, I don't think she knows what he's talking about here. He's kind of going into the weeds. Indeed, you'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. I don't think snakes have very good hearing. I've read The Hound of Baskerville, and a couple others I forget about right now. Hound of Baskerville for sure. But yeah, not too many. So actually this is great, because I'm assuming this is ripping from Sherlock cleanly. Oh, it is. I see. Do you deny this snake has undergone such training? It's not true, she says. Okay, well. Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. That is the true nature of the speckled band. Death by a venomous snake's bite. I don't think so. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band. Everyone's like, I don't know, Chief. I don't know, Chief. It is kind of crazy that that is the actual way that it was for the speckled band story. That seems... That doesn't seem great. It doesn't seem like great payoff, honestly. Strained to her pet snake is a killing machine. There, on the floor, you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature. Rinosuke, don't fucking fall for it. Herlock Sholmes has become such a household name. No. It was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand. He is not quite convinced. Can I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes? But of course, what's on your mind? About your deductions, some things don't quite make sense. I welcome questions as to my method. I will answer both loudly and proudly. Okay. First of all, she starts pulling out. Snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family. They do not drink milk. Reptiles, don't drink milk. Really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward. They're probably lactose intolerant, if I had to guess. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat. Milk was merely an example, the logic holds. Snakes have no ears, yeah. I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal to a snake by whistling. Is this also calling out the original Sherlock Holmes story? You can't whistle to a snake? What of the tales from Arabia? You've not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute. They just follow the stick of the flute. They don't actually listen. I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements. No. They are trained to follow the movement of the flute itself, not really the music. No hands, no feet, no ears? These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless. Damn. They do have ears, I'm pretty sure, but they are sort of tiny little holes, you know? You have more. He's about to cry. Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. Not sure the snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in these cabins. They should try harder. Even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. There are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this. Aw. Oof. Oof. But you gotta respect him for, like, taking a big swing like that. I think we need to step in and help again. Oh, yes. We need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be. But he loves it. Alright. He's like, oh no. What do you mean, oh no? You fucking love doing this. What are you talking about, boy? Oh. The natural light is kind of fading, so I'm gonna close this and get my lamp going. Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo. So, cast your eyes down, not to your wrists again. They're gone. How does he do it? Where did they go? Fear not, I shall see they're restored after our work is done. Now, everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present Logic and Reasoning Spectacular Revised. Yeah, course correction. Dude, the silhouette is so fucking badass. Uh-huh. Yes. It's nothing to do with me, yet you cannot deceive yourself. Her hand, as she's looking at. Not the heart, her hand, or her wrist. I'm not sure, red or quiet. Hello, Rune. Oh my god, Rune, is it your birthday? Happy birthday. Everyone say happy birthday to Rune right the fuck now. Is it your birthday? You said birthday morning on Discord. Happy birthday, Rune. Did you get presents? It is? Oh my goodness. Look very closely at Miss Pavlova. Aching hand. No? Wrist? Oh, yeah. She's got a cat, not a fucking snake. Who the fuck has it? The snake. Snake with 3 teeth. Yeah, exactly. Snake with 3 teeth. You're so right. Birthday boy is right. Everyone wrap it up. Snake with 3 teeth. Fairly recently, too. Whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here. Well, can I do it here? Oh, I can. Sorry, I forgot. I need to present, not just click on it. Claw scratch. Do the little dance, boy! Yes, when you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain. Indeed, its simple observation reveals the wound is fresh. Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch sometime last night? She doesn't want to get sepsis. No. Got to widow my silk song run today. Nice. I did under 5-hour Hollow Knight in my off time. Maybe I can try to go for an under 5-hour Steel Soul at some point. When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. When I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse. It is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. We ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin of that portentous night? Naturally, was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is Biff Stroganoff. Or is she looking in that general direction and we need to point at the little image on the table that has the cat on it? It's... Yes! My snake has claws. They can have, like, little adventitious legs. Vestigial, not adventitious. The frame, that's your... The frame? Are you fucking stupid? The frame? Rinosuke? What the fuck are you doing right now? What the fuck are you doing to me right now, Rinosuke? My friend, the frame. I know. Not the photograph frame. Obviously not the fucking photograph frame. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's the little black creature she's holding. Oh, I need to look into this first and then present it. Got it. Big ass bell. Yeah. The little kitten. Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind. Darka would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. Victim's written observations of the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, the cat is very much not speckled. Do not fit that description in any way. The photograph is that big of a fucking trip, huh? What was the sight that fell upon the victim's eyes? But it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you're trying to fail to conceal. It's not a snake's shed skin. Employees like that are Shom's specialty. Okay. Yeah, it's not the skin of a snake, so what is it? Can I look around this way? It's not a sloughed skin. No, dude. That's not what it... I'm talking about the fucking stick, dude. It's a cat toy. But how can I look at it closer? It's gonna be soft and fluffy. Maybe a cat's toy. Likes to chase the band around and paw at it. Kids in particular love that sort of play. Yeah. There we go. So we need to look at it first and then present it. Yes! Got it. Yeah. Maybe... Yeah, exactly. The guy just happened to be able to see UV light. The thing you're trialing but failing to conceal is a cat's toy. Precisely in the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it. For what reason? There can only be one answer to that. The cat was on this side. Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. The nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a cat. It's a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka. There we go. That still doesn't tell us. She must be caged once found. You'll forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet. Added to the court record. Thank you very much. Shave her head. I don't think it's happening. I'm sorry to report. After I gave her food last night. You're not really meant to give milk to cats, right? I think kittens probably, but like once they're old enough, you don't really give them milk. Gives them diarrhea. Yeah, I mean, because like most creatures, they probably become lactose intolerant once they no longer need milk. Humans are the weird ones. Lactose intolerant is sort of the default. We humans just kind of drank milk and ate cheese until we evolved past the diarrhea. But the normal thing is to be lactose intolerant. Or I could do anything. She had disappeared through the ventilator. So you had to dangle the thing through to try and get her back. A beloved kitten. Aw. Fuck it, we pushing through. Exactly. come to the heart of the matter. Grim demise of the victim. Which is kind of why, like, Europe, which has, like, I would say out of all the countries and so on, the most, well, out of all the regions, I think sort of Europe has the most culture of milk, cheeses, dairy products, etc., etc., which is why it has the lowest incidence of lactose intolerance, I'm pretty sure. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data of which I've been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. This is still that case. There were no signs of a wound anywhere on his body. He wasn't poisoned, yeah. Terrible venom? I don't think so. Do we have the autopsy report? We do. No obvious external injuries or traces of poison. There we go.
Yes.
In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report. Ah, yes, I knew it was one or the other. Okay. There's no bite wound. Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. The jury is out. Anyway, we have on good authority the victim's neck was broken. We take that as fact. We can reasonably imagine there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. An examination of the deceased's body. They're like, not the deceased's body. He was probably struck by something or someone. No weapon has been found. He had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly. Could be. He wasn't a clumsy man. No, but the boat freaking shifted harsh. Crime scene photograph. Wardrobe in purple. I think the mark on the floor. Because he skid, you know, he slipped maybe.
Yes.
The mark on the floor. There we go. An examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death consistently. The glass object? I'm not sure. It looks like half of a... Oh, is that half of the bell that was on Darka's neck? Is it that Darka kind of like got in the way of him walking around while the boat was fucking shifting and listing, and that's why he tripped and died? Shoe polish. Indeed, positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results, the undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. The color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asogi's laced leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have caught his foot at that point of the floor and tripped. Yeah, kind of. Dye? I don't know about dye, but everything else, yes. By a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant, he lost his life. Throw a little red 40 in it. Just, let's be bad. Let's throw a little red 40 in it. Is that really true? What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asogi lost his life? Did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. Now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. It's not the suitcase. It's somewhere around there, though. He tripped over and now he's no more. But yeah, it seems to be that's what happened. And it seems to be especially... Let's have a look around. Can I close the traveling case? It's not the tiara, is it? What has she been trying to hide? Again, the tiara, she has been trying to hide for sure. But that's, I don't know if that's something we can do again. Can we close this? It wasn't a snake, no, it was the little kitten. So the snake is the Stroganoff's friend, I guess? How do you have to fall to break your neck? Well, I think it wasn't just that he tripped. The boat made an emergency stop also. So the whole ship was like on an incline. And then the cat got between his legs. And so that's what happened, I'm pretty sure. Scratching at their hand to pieces, yeah. Traveling case. The waste paper basket. Again, the tiara she has definitely been trying to hide. Yes. Not the tiara. Shit. I mean, it's just what has she been trying to... She has been trying to hide the tiara, that's for sure. It did hurt. Okay, in this general direction. Did I look in the trash can? Oh, I may have. Didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did. Yes. Oh my god, do I need to click into it before presenting again? I'm getting ahead of myself too much. Because I thought I'd looked into it in my court record. But I guess I didn't. That is on me. I should have learned. Always, I'm going to do it now from now on. Whenever I think I know what it is. I always click first. It's the photograph frame all over again. It's getting me. Okay, can we look in? Only started occupying this cabin late last night. There's not much rubbish. There's the other half of the dang bell. Okay, now I can present it. I need to look in it first and then present it. Yes. Okay. that I'm not sure I agree with. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket. Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object. It would seem one that has a familiar air, in fact. We find another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asogi's cabin. As you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. Shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part... I've forgotten his British accent entirely. That part of the glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin. I'm not sure I have a British accent, guys. I'm not sure I should do that. That's gonna get old fast. You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not? I don't know, and that hush Russian accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question. Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes. The evidence linking them is the cat photo. Let me look a little closer. Okay, it's the cat photo. Yes. Corner hit. Let's fucking go. That's for you. That's to you. That's for your birthday. If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from darkest color, the very glass bell in question. Truth is caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. The cause of that fateful stumble... Damn. Your absent feline friend, Darka. And you tried to cover it up, and you would have let me go away for murder. You bitch. What the fuck? It's a... Listen, I get that you like it, but it's a cat versus a human life that's about to be ruined. I couldn't... Better you than her cat. Nuh-uh. What the fuck? I'm a whole human person. I'm sorry. Yeah, that doesn't cut it. Sorry doesn't cut it. Death by tripping over a cat. My god, that's gotta be the lamest death in Ace Attorney, though. I gotta say, that's got to be the lamest death in Ace Attorney. Yeah, why don't you tell us? It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Dorka. So I gave her some food. Then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands. It was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her. By a cat tripping over you. What is the coolest death we have seen so far in Ace Attorney, actually? I'm trying to remember all the deaths we have seen. What's the coolest one? Dark Age of the Loft. I'm trying to remember. Didn't one guy get stomped by a mechanical dinosaur? No. No, he did not. Right, the rules on the wall. He got stomped by a hot air balloon, which is kind of cool, to be fair. I knew I was not allowed Dorko with me. Suggests animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really. Yeah. So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping. Bust of Max Galactica? That's not bad. I'm trying to really think through all the deaths we have seen so far. Like, what is... Because there's few deaths that aren't just someone hit him with a fucking chunk of something or stabbed him with a chunk of something. You know, there's few deaths that... Yes, few deaths that go beyond that. Impaled on... I was thinking about impaled on the fence. And it is cool, but it loses some points for me because it was like an accidental fall into a little pissy little fence. If it had been on purpose onto a freaking, you know, like skewer you type shit, yeah, that would have been cooler. Tripped on a cat and fell on the fence. Dude, that is 11 out of 10 deaths. At that point, you thought it safe to try to lure the kitten back again. By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin. Nothing worked. Tried using her favorite toy, tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return. Tripped on a dog and fell on the fence. That's nothing. That's nothing. That doesn't happen. That never happens. But what did he catch his neck on? the table, I'm guessing, which is why my plate ended up on the floor. There's nothing else I could do. Just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... yeah. Heard a loud meow and a thud. Yep. Nearly passed out with shock. Heard her cry out, and then, oh, it was such a dreadful bang. Damn. You hate to hear a girl say that after the fact. Then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent. I'm not talking about her saying that. I'm saying a girl say that after the fact. Your partner say that after the fact. The appearance of the brown mark on the floor. It seems likely what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. My eyeball. Wait, you're so fucking funny. Me after I fuck my eyeball. Is that what you... Wait, if you're dating like a non-binary person in Japan, do you call them... You know, you can't call them like girlfriend or boyfriend. Do you just call them eyeball? It has the same energy as like when you're fucking a bald girl, so you can't pull her hair, so you just slap her skull. It has similar energy. I don't know if you get where I'm getting with that. I'm operating in a level where those things seem similar to me. I don't know why. What? It's a fucking it's a meme. It's a tweet. It's something. I didn't come up with it. You ever fucking a bald girl, so you just take like a plunger and just like so you can pull on it? Sorry. Oh man. Combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused them to fall over. It is too early for me to be this far gone. But I had a pounding headache all day yesterday, so I'm a little delirious still. What became of the kitten? She doesn't know. In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator. I must have forgotten to lock my case. Now she's disappeared again. Enough stroganoff. Maybe too much stroganoff, dude. It's hard to strike a balance in this modern life. When I woke this morning, I heard that a young man in the cabin next door to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. So instead you let me fucking go to jail. Gotta hit that happy medium rare bit. Oh man. Hit that happy medium. You mean my FA? Sorry, I am too far gone. We're literally 1 hour into the stream. I need to control myself, man. I need to control myself. Also, why am I so fucking off to the side? I'm not even in frame. She didn't know you were stowing away. No, so I'm pretty sure it's what, beef that came in and then made it seem as though it was I that did it. Hold on a minute. What about the snake? Yeah. And whose is it and where did it come from? Well, that guy's got stripes on his face. On our Earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board this ship. Sleeping time, good night. Good night. Enjoy your birthday. Wait, did you get any presents? You didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name is Piroshko. So, is it... He escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. Oh, you got concert tickets. I didn't see. Sorry. Oh my god. Well, I'm so happy for you. Hell yeah. Dude, concert tickets. I believe I have said this on stream before. If I haven't said this on stream, I am so sorry that you have to find out this way. I don't listen to music. I haven't really gone to any concerts. But I'm told they're very fun. I'm told they are very fun, and I wish you all the best, and I hope you have so much fun there. Animals are not permitted. Ah, we are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friend, without someone who understands. Good night. I'm gonna start singing nursery rhymes or some shit. I don't hate music. I just don't listen to it. Dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake. Surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom. Piroshka does not have venom. He is harmless, very long but very gentle. He is adorable, like Granny. It's venomless. No venom? Now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. Once I feed him... Oh my god, did he eat the fucking cat? He better not have eaten the fucking cat. You feed him what? Milk? Ah, like they say they milk chickens. Ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only stupid stories. Piroshka eats mouses. Big fat round mouses. Oh, the little trap out there is for the mice on board. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Oh, he's having a thought. It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb up a bell cord. It's not even venomous. How the deuce did something so inept land a starring role? It's not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Piroshka has nothing to do with this incident. Unless it is. But that doesn't explain the message. Unless the message was just him writing it so they would find me. Because otherwise, I would just be stuck in there. I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in. I do sympathize. I'm smelling a however coming. Hit her with that however. Yeah, but please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up for your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. Just confessed everything. They tried to redirect the guilt to me with the written stuff. There's the message. If he died instantly, it couldn't have happened. Someone wrote it. I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. Even I can see that was not the truth. The message is not explained. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story. When I hit her with a cross-examination, I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. I'm only present here for a very specific reason. Truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable. Why are they back on? Oh, because I am still a stowaway, so true. Especially as they're on your wrists as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call. Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not? He was. My best friend. I owed him my freedom, even, yeah. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruto. Cross-examination. Dude. Truth about how you really died. The uniforms are fucking sick. Excellent. So then, shall we begin? How many cases are in this game? I kind of want it to be 6. I'm having a lot of fun. 5? It's the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Was this truly an unfortunate accident, or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance. We've already established there are 2 games. That is true, I know that, but still, I kind of want them to drag on because I'm having fun. Doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it? The message. If he died instantly, yeah. Let us show our hand. The evidence. Oh, my health all came back. Okay, the message that he wrote. Truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. There's no way Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. That script, it's Russian. It's in Cyrillic. It will drag on. Drag on your face. Imagine dragging. It will drag on these nuts across your face. There it is. There it is. Found it. I found it. It took me a second, but I found it. People leave a dying message in their native language, Japanese in this case. But maybe he was studying Russian. Why the fuck would he study Russian? It is a simple language. It is not a simple language. Maybe it is, actually. I don't know anything about it. Voy a comer tu almuerzo. Oh man. Makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. How's your Spanish studying going? There's no way Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. Does the this say anything about instant death? Instant death, yeah, exactly. So I can just present this. The reason why, okay, yeah, is clearly explained in here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. One step at a time. As is the only way it can be done. After the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything because he was already dead. Something else we found. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there if what Miss Pavlova told us was true. Another piece of evidence that proves it was no incident. Well, there's half the bell here, half the bell there. Right? Like, how is it fucking possible if she never walked into the room?
Yes!
Piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. We already know about that. Yeah. It was broken in half. There is a very big flaw. A fatal flaw. Stupid auto link. What did you type that got turned into a link? That's really what happened. How did the other half end up here if she never walked into the room? Remember that we found the other half of the glass in that waste paper basket. Communism.mp3. Oh, yeah. Hmm. When Mr. Asogi died last night in his cabin, there was someone else in the room. They deliberately arranged this scene to disguise the truth in order to cover up his or her own guilt. The way she's screaming about it, I'm thinking it's you. With someone else present. Someone else was there? Ah, of course, we know this. It was me, presumably. Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out. Only other person in cabin when young student died was you. It's true, I was in the cabin when it happened, but I was shut inside the wardrobe with the paper glued to the door. There's no way I would have left that message. I would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details. Forgive me, my dear fellow. Yeah, thank you. Person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor. An attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I'd been asleep in there the entire time. The same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor, for fear of it becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Asogi really died. Leaving half behind was going to raise questions. It was past 1 o'clock in the early hours. The cabin would have been quite dark. Single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would barely cast any light onto the floor there. I don't know about that, because it is established that our cabin has no windows. It only has the vent, which means this light is in fact one of the only sources of light. There's this, there's that wall lamp, and there's a candle over there. That is everything. I feel like this lamp is casting enough light. Also, now that I think about it, how the fuck is her room so fucking bright? This is off, this is off, this is off. Presumably she also doesn't have windows. Why are you trying so hard to cover for her, huh? Seaman Stroganoff? Nina is woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join ballet company. Is she your daughter? Is she your... How old are you? How is she your daughter? 37, 15. Could be. Could be. Could absolutely be. But before, she was dancer on this ship. Member of ship's band. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal. You say that when young student died, Nina was there in his cabin. That is not possible. I give my tooth. Why is it not possible? You are a great detective, you should know. It was bolted, but it wasn't. Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go into cabin, not Nina, not anyone. You want to tell me killer can walk through locked doors? Yet, impossible. Yeah. Often tie thread around... No. The door seals hermetically. It cannot happen. Thread? Are you stupid? Fuck. Fuck, dude. Okay, relax a little. These bulkheads are not band doors. Watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of 7... Yeah, they kind of do. They are really trying to go for like the detective, you know, grand reveal explaining everything. But it really is dragging this out a little too much. Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier. Cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside. Put it to you, I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it by pressing the alarm. In this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before. What are the traces? The tilted shelf thing. So should you. You were there. Indeed we have. So, would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo? The shelf. Present.
Yes.
Look at the bookcase there. All the books and things on it have toppled over. Yep. That's right, it's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. So we all hit our heads while we were sleeping? Is that why we all have headaches? Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over. I believe it's what it's known as the force of inertia acting on the objects. Indeed. And no, the tricks. That is true. It is case 2 in game 1 of this. Whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books also made something else in this cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door. We had come into this cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door. But after the emergency stop, it was bolted. Yeah. We've been there. We've done this. When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door. It's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of inertia. The force of inertia is what Herlock Sholmes is surfing on, actually. After Mr. Asogi was killed... made another emergency stop. When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked like everything was fucking messy, yeah. Someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over. When we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing. Everything had toppled over, just like at Mr. Asogi's cabin. Anything to say about this? Are you out of your mind? You say Buria made emergency stop. Unless you're saying the culprit is actually someone from the engine room. Oh, it is simple enough. Oh? Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? Used to trigger the emergency alarm. Exactly. Are fingerprints going to be a thing at all in this game? Or is it just, are we going back to no fingerprint days? Yeah, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. There's buttons all around the vest. No prints. Dang. Hell yeah. I kind of dig that. Sort of button. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. He's like, yeah, whatever. Wait, it was you? The one that pressed it just now. When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interests of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings, and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today. It wasn't you who, last night, as I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be pressed, whatever the occasion. I report you to Captain. You're in much trouble now. But I only did one of that, yeah. Now, I'm sure that all can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact we have now learned a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. On this side of the ship. If they are built the other way on the other side of the ship, it's kind of crazy. Because then the bolts on the doors slide open. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asogi, did the ship make an emergency stop or did it not? Buria's huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop, even in the middle of night, there'll be chaos everywhere. possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. The fact that nothing was written in the ship's log, right? Some emergency gripped this vessel last night. Yeah, no entries from 2 a.m. until early this morning.
Yes!
Seaman Stroganoff, it's your duty to patrol the first-class area of the ship, isn't that right? Ah, that is correct. Why? The ship's log here be where you record the details of your duties. Carelessly left it atop the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. As responsible passengers, we took it into our care with a mind to return it to you later. I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always. Under normal circumstances, you write the phrase nothing to report every 30 minutes. From 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all. That is... because nothing happened. You would normally write nothing to report. Exactly. Shortly after 2 a.m., something happened here aboard the SS Borea. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log. Such as your daughter coming back? Stop talking rubbish. I find that a little hard to believe myself. Because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, all of us would have noticed. Could it have emergency stopped without alarms? She lurched so violently and the alarm bell was so loud. What of the throbbing? Your head, man. Throbbing of your head since this morning. We all have suffered with it. Yeah, everyone's had a headache. I've been feeling myself since I woke up today. I've been feeling heavy ever since dawn. You've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected. So they drugged everyone on the boat. Holy. So they could help her escape. Where's a throbbing pain in my head? I bet if we analyze the chicken leg. Because he had a double... No, it wasn't double dose. He had the dose that was supposed to go to Asogi. You boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you? Stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on? Yeah, he was always happy to share his meals. You enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening. In fact, I enjoyed all of it. Kazuma wasn't fond of chicken. Victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all. He would have been awake when the emergency stop happened, which is what caused him to actually die, I bet. Something wrong with the chicken. I do. The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. Whoever did this laced every meal. That's not what Mr. No, I think that seems like what might actually have happened. This soporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. Well, seamen, they were helping her to escape. Sorry to say, any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself would be hauled over the coals. For aiding and abetting a renegade. A renegade? I will tell everything. She is like, yeah. I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore. Yeah, they are your former comrades, I believe. Indeed, she... When I decided to run away, I asked them to help me. We all agreed to help, everyone together. She threw away everything, her fame in the ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night. We could not make all drug. How do you say? Dissolve? Wait, sorry. What did he say? Chewing on a lump of something strange. A lump? A whole lump? Holy, no wonder you were fucking out. At midnight, in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was held by comrade on shore with small fishing boat. Thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained. The only people awake were the crew, people who disliked chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. It would have been possible to use it, yeah. Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case. There would have been complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. Yeah, would have hidden their meal of chicken and they would have gone to bed. And accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night. The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabins bolted anyway. Not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. And I bet it was you to cover for her. You have talked a long time and said many things. What is point? Baby, don't hurt me. The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night. I don't know about any of this. I am just a little girl. Okay, you can't play the I am just a little girl card when you did say, you know, you did try to hide one potential murder slash death. But I am sailor. Sailors don't listen to long boring stories we don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. A laudable trait, yeah. I'm quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo? Do you hear it? That accusatory cry of guilt on the wind. Proof of involvement, man, but you can't hear such a call with your ears. No, you must hear it with your eyes, for observation is the basis of all deduction. What are you talking about? Honestly, yeah, what are you talking about? Time has come for one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth. Fuck, dude, another one. Hell yeah, your assistance, if you please. With observation, my dear fellow, just as I said, of these two prevaricators, You remember, we know somebody tried to fabricate evidence by tampering with the scene of the crime. Trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened. Trace of evidence that shows someone else was there. Back. Booty. Whoa! Little ink splotchy. Little ink splotch. Ink stain.
Yes.
I like that he just stood there while we went like... You know, just going all around him. Seem to have got a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. Ah, yes, I don't know where the dirt comes from. What are you trying to say? Significance of the stain has escaped your attention. Yep. What made it is clear, the ink. Yeah, that stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform really is. I suppose this, if anything.
Yes.
There we go. It's like that Squidward meme where he like deflates and then it starts like shattering over and over. Yes, it's this photograph, the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform. Ink. Ink indeed. Unusual color of ink. Purple. Ah, the penny drops at last. Now you see the significance. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. The stain on the back of your uniform is ink of exactly the same color. If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform that way. Which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilled. Alright, yes. It was me. I did it. Everything. I arranged everything in that student's cabin to make it look like Wardrobe Man did it. Then I pressed button to make Baria do emergency stop. Ooh, thank you for the raid. Game Genie. Okay. Why do I have caps lock on? Why do I still have caps lock on? There we go. It's just filling auto... Game Genie. What were you playing? Warframe. Is that the MMO or is that... I always confuse Warframe and Titanfall, I think. No, Warframe is the MMO, Titanfall is the Call of Duty-esque platforming running around thing. I see. I hope you had fun. Thank you very much for the raid. I pressed button to make Buria do emergency stop and bolt cabin door shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel. Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. Hello, hello. How are you? It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet. Please, you must help me. My kitten. From a fellow... Ah, I see. A fellow SSS streamer. When I looked inside, I saw a student boy on floor. Dead. My cat tripped him and he fell and fucking died is what happened. Can you help me cover it up? Please, don't tell anyone. My little one. My little furry friend. Yeah. Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through the ventilator into the cabin, got tangled up in his feet, he fell, and broke his neck. My cat ran away. Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers. Yeah. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on floor. That's when she went to look. Door was not locked. She opened to look, and you already know what happened after. Yes. How did you know I was in the wardrobe? Was he already dead? I already told you. When Nina opened door for student's cabin. Yeah. Was she? Was he? Well, yeah. Was she? Duh. Yeah. Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark, and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. I believe you. Okay, okay. Have we discovered the real truth? Is there gonna be one more layer? How did you know I was in the wardrobe? Took this myself, you know? Okay. Cause of death was a broken neck. Therefore, the victim died instantly. A kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, one particular area in this photograph, that seems to me somewhat unnatural. The writing? Which part seems unnatural? Tripped, fell, broke his neck. Which part seems unnatural? I mean, of course, the message, right? But we already know he wrote it, presumably. Clearly wasn't written by Kazuma, so if you're looking for something unnatural, that's the... yeah. But it's not what I meant by unnatural. Okay. The crass detail. Okay. You would land on your back, right? Is what I'm thinking. Or what are... which part of the photograph seems unnatural? His hand in a fist? If you fell, you wouldn't really have your hand in a fist, right? Or... because I feel like this could be some of the like fucking Ace Attorney fuckery where it's not the text I'm supposed to point out, it's the finger. Or something like that. Oh, if I go down here, it goes up top. That's kind of fun. Beam, 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 beam. Unnatural. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other fist real quick, but maybe it's this to make it seem as though he wrote it. No, I'm gonna go ahead and say this hand.
Yes.
No, it's not. Okay, maybe it was the other fucking hand. I think it's plain, is it? Another point. Yeah, okay. Okay, it was the other hand. The fist, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the fist doesn't seem quite right. It was what I thought, and then I chose the wrong thing. I thought because I thought it could be some Ace Attorney fuckery where it's like, yeah, the word in Russian is definitely weird, but it's like the way, you know, he pointed you know, they used his finger to write it type thing that I was like, oh yeah, that's fucked up and evil. So maybe that's what they were trying to point out. Not the fact that something was written, but the fact that they tried to make it look as though he was incriminating me. But no, apparently they're talking about the fist, which is true. If you were gonna fall, you would put out your hands. You wouldn't have closed fists. Exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he were gripping something. He was strong enough, dude. Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow? Why, of course, my dear madam, would I keep you in suspense. This is what I found. That's one of her earrings, though. Tells us nothing. Is it in the photo, or... No, not here. Is it in this photo? Also not here. So all we can really say is she's wearing the other one right now. That is the key. Truth is now tantalizingly close. This is the final clue. What does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe. Find the answer with your own eyes. Ka-ching. Left ear.
Yes!
Exactly. I know. Miss Pavlova, on your ear there, you have a crescent moon as well. He's like, what? You fucking idiot? What did you do? What'd you live it on? And on your other ear, seems to be a crescent moon missing. The little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose. Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist, which means you were there while he was alive. Clearly, there is only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree? Mr. Asogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night in Mr. Asogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when he fell with your own eyes. You were quite literally at arm's length from him. And the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? It would hurt. I mean, if the chain gives before your earlobe does, it probably would hurt, but not horrendously. It was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, then trying to climb onto this huge ship. Need to head to bed. Yeah, thank you very much for the raid. And sleep tight. GG. Oh my god, it's another GG. I didn't realize it. When I was last in this cabin, I could relax after this horrible long day. Narco ran out. I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle, waving her favorite toy. It no work. Darka would not come back. What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? And it wasn't Inspector Hasanaga, it was her. Oh, I'm sorry. Thought it was a friend of mine. Young man from your country, he was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Dorka and promised not to tell anyone. When I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin. Sorry, but he knew who you were. Sure, I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Of course, you're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina. No, I don't know that name. Yeah. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina? He reads the papers, girl. He's a well-read man. Oh, I saw your performance in Japan. Never mind, he's just a well-cultured man. What are you doing on this ship? I read your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment. I have to tell him the truth. Hope he doesn't tell anyone. And so she did. I see. So you've run away. Don't tell anyone. Oh, he won't. He's a nice man. Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. And then went. No. Fuck. Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. And then, down at the young man's feet, he tripped. As he turned to look at me. Oh, fuck, on the fucking bed. Oh, you pushed him. Fuck. I don't even know why I did it. I was so scared. But to stop him from telling anyone about me. He was trying to tell me, not the captain. Seaman Stroganov, who was on duty out in the passageway. Yeah, I heard Nina cry out and thud on floor, so I ran to her. And y'all conspired to make me the murderer, huh? Like, they're looking real sad over here. Yet they tried to make me go away for murder. And they've spent the whole day going like, you fucking criminal, you murderer, you crook. So I don't know, excuse me if I don't have too much sympathy for them. No one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door. Oh, sorry, that was me. So no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door. Yes. I went into the cabin, I looked around. Make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. I found stowaway. In wardrobe, still sleeping. To lay the blame on me. I closed wardrobe doors, put back strange paper sign. I dragged young man's body to good place, used ink that was spilling to write on floor. Yeah. I wrote a person who found it would look inside wardrobe and find stowaway. I think he died. He did kind of die like a bitch, but also it's because he's a kind, gentle soul. He never expected any harm to come to him. You know? If he'd had like even a little bit of reason to be suspicious. If he had even a little bit of reason to be suspicious, it would not have gone down like that. It was by my feet, so I picked it up. But it was only half of it, yeah. Then notice the other half. Yeah. By pressing the emergency alarm button to make it close. 5 cases, apparently. Less vague than another opinion. But he is that bitch though. He is that bitch though. He has a little bit of the Sholmes in him. Thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. There's one thing I don't understand. You said you told Kazuma about the fact you'd run away from your homeland. It's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain you pushed him. But he was just going to ask me. Even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with him? She's like, oh. What he said first. Inspector. Ah. That an inspector was his friend. Okay, this though, I do think there is one thing I have an issue with. One thing I have an issue with here. Surely, if he thought it was the inspector at the door, he would have said it in Japanese. And she would have had no fucking clue what he was talking about. Right? Surely, if he thought it was the inspector at the door, he would have said it in Japanese. Was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard. Anglo booing out, yeah. Maybe. But if police knew about me, they would arrest me. Before he could pull the bell cord, you killed him. Doesn't seem to make sense. Really going to pull the bell cord? No. He was just going to open the wardrobe. He wouldn't do that. I can't know for certain, but he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, he wouldn't have done. He was going to pull the cord. No. One more deduction to make. What was he going to do? He was going to tell me. Yeah. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but that cabin has been my home for this entire voyage. It's exactly how it was. Oh my god, we're in mind palacing this shit. Let's go. Not only that, to draw the right conclusion, you need to follow the gaze to where it was. Ching. Wardrobe.
Take that!
Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. However, it is directly beside the bell cord, the wardrobe. More importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's a great friend, sleeping soundly. Think back very carefully. His exact words. Give me a moment. I could use another opinion. Exactly. Not from a member of the crew. Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if between them they might be able to help in some way, no doubt. Yeah. Bitch. Sorry, I have no patience for her right now. Sorry, I have no patience for her right now. I don't know why. It's like things that are like cases that hinge on little misunderstandings like that. I don't like. Like the rest of it, very good. This particular thing, not into it. Things may have ended very differently if you had. Yeah. Now you have committed a murder and you need to go to jail. I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. Unfortunately, the truth is a man lost his life because of what you did, and that will never change. Hope you'll never forget that. So at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident of the SS Beria was finally laid to rest. What happened to Miss Pavlova now? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. When the Russians try to repatriate her? Not if she doesn't want to go. She won't be going back to Russia then. Best case in the game, case 3. Ooh, baby. We're starting it right now, by the way. If she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so... Not that she's an exile. She could go back. They would kill her. They still had a fucking Tsar back then. Did they? Wait, did they? 1901. The Russian Revolution was 1917. But did they have like a president that was hella corrupt? Or did they have a king? I forget. I think it was a king, right? 100% finish it today? Oh, it's not a long case? It was a Tsar, okay. I wanted to help our angel no matter what. No matter what is pretty fucking rough for me, dude. I didn't think about you. How you lost good friend. It's only a trial. Oh shit, okay, yeah, I'll do it. 4 hours-ish? Yeah, absolutely we can do that. I will give myself to British police. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Yeah, it is kind of a waste, isn't it? Well, do what you can. Oh, sorry, that's me. Well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Ah. I bet they're feeling like real assholes. Because they killed, you know, we are the 2 nicest motherfuckers on the planet. And they killed one of us. And the other one is like, thank you for telling the truth. They feel like real fucking assholes right now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm gonna have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan. Yeah. Except, what if I went anyway? We have a ticket. I think that only days ago, Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. Yeah. There's gotta be a little bittersweet. Someone weeping? Yeah, her, of course it is. I didn't know you had returned. I haven't been back long. Inspector Hasanaga just told me I should pack. Ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that. Is she still going to London? To assist no one? Aw. Still can't believe this has happened. Can't believe someone's life can be over just like that. Yeah. Had such grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain. So many. I'm looking forward to the first trial in Great Britain. Because it feels like one of those where it's like, you know, showing someone that is very capable into being put in an environment where no one expects that they will do well. And then absolutely mogging them type shit. I'm looking forward to that. It's mega racist. Oh, fuck. That's not what I was hoping for, but I guess now I know. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. It was just an I mean, not an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. Yeah, but not an accident. She very much pushed them. It's too much, Naruhodo-san. It's just too much. You don't have anyone to blame, really. Oh, Hosonaga. This man hasn't coughed blood in a long time. You think he's just doing it for the bit? My duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain, but I failed. Caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Anything, you say? It's... They're back on? Sholmes, my guy? Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo? It's the way his movement, this particular one, when he does like this, reminds me very particularly of some character or some moment in early-ish seasons of Ruby. Because that was also kind of, I don't know if it was fully mocapped or if it was just kind of awkward 3D animation. But there's something about it that's similar to this. Oh. It's, is it at the end? End of season 2? End of season 2? No. During season 2 of Ruby, there is a ball, sort of like a prom. And as part of the prom, there's a dance number, which is mocapped. And I think that's what it reminds me of. That sort of awkward mocapped, like a 3D model moving like a person in a kind of a bit of an awkward way, you know? What is the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say? You are a stowaway, after all. Okay, he's kind of an asshole, huh? We do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. You would know about it. Your Dr. Wilson is dead. I'm afraid that won't be possible. Because I'm getting dropped off in Shanghai. Yeah. Oh, sorry, in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan, make a full report about everything that's happened. I mean, I was the stowaway. Yeah, but the whole trip was because he was going to London. You were his bodyguard. She was his assistant. The man's not here, so what's the fucking point? Terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. To be one lawyer, one assistant. In the light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid that the study tour can no longer go ahead. She was really looking forward to it. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know? All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely. We know of no other lawyer. Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid. Anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer. Me. Miss Susato? Could I be it? Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it? You're not a lawyer. Unless, are you studying law? No, I'm not. What are you studying? Are you also, wait, Are you also studying art like Phoenix was? Phoenix was studying art, right? Are you also studying art like Phoenix was? And then you're gonna switch the law? In that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. Beanie. More than a month before we will be reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain. That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days? There's only one way to find out, and yeah, betcha he's gonna do it. Every single day. Would you let me try? By the time we reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer. We take another fucking 6-week trip back. Take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. Why put yourself in such a difficult position? For him, there was something he had to do, and also he said he saw something in me. He would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. It's for my own benefit, too. That way I'm not technically a stowaway anymore, or, yeah, I have to. What do you say? Aw. I think it's a wonderful idea. What does our bespectacled inspector friend say? What does he say? What does the fox say? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, it's madness, yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest, give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no? And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Damn, dude. They're really giving me some good stroganoff over here. Think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. For all, I did just make a promise that you'd do anything. Said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings. Yep. Indeed. Must pay a visit to the captain's quarters. Time to go get beat up again. I think he might be into it. I'll best to make my report. I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer. She knows it, and she can't be a lawyer? It's so fucked up. I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant, after all. She has the Maya, like... I love that. I love that for her. And... I'd like you to take charge of this. What Kazuma-sama would have wanted. It's 1901, I believe. But yeah, still. Yeah. Pretty hardly... Pretty harsh misogyny for sure. His name is Karuma. Karuma. What does Karuma mean? Does anyone know? It's a great sword that's been in the Asogi clan for generations. Oh shit, and are you sure you have the authority to give it to me? No. Kuruma means car. Yeah. You can't pass that by a weeb like me. I know exactly. Von Karuma. Oh my god, it's Karma. The name of the sword is fucking Karma. I just got it. Fuck. Very well, I accept. I'll treasure it always. Oh. Miss Susato? Seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet. Indeed. Why do I bow when she bows? It's like imprinted into me. I'm not even Japanese. It'll be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. Let us begin. For the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study. But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you. 2? Oh, because I'm asking her 1. Please throw me to the ground. Oh, because she threw me to the ground 3 times. Okay, I'm like, girl, what the hell? I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course, you would never have done anything to hurt him. It should have been obvious to me from the start. I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. No matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior. He just found out about me stowing away. The cabin door was locked, and whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you, not just once, but 5 times. You must. Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it. I've never thrown anyone in my life. Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training. Is he gonna throw her? I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed. I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling? Aikido, I'm guessing. In a way, it's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jujutsu. Oh, judo, okay. Called the Susato takedown. Leaves your head swimming, believe me. How beguiling. I am a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I'm a somewhat accomplished boxer. He really is kind of like rapping her there. Yeah, look, that actually collides with her face. Wait. That fully goes into her face. He really is just fucking... Bam, just really hitting her with the lights out. With a left-right good night. Goddamn. Wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique for your arresting throw. I'd be honored. Okay. Let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam. On him, not me. Please. Are you ready? Why me? Why me? As you can see, you throw from the abdomen. Oh yes, arresting indeed, and that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it? Actually, no, that was a Susato squash. My eyes gone blurry. I know. Now I've got to throw her 6 times. Scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Karuma. That's the sword, yeah. The music is so good. The prized sword has been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. It can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me, I truly believe that. So now I'm carrying his soul around with me. Its name compels its wielder to slice evil in 2. Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Aibo. Aibo. I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In London. In Her Majesty's City of London. That's that case. Dunzo. But do not touch that dial because we're starting case 3 right now.